Hey, I am Felian, and you are listening to Do I Like It? A Quint production where we review anything and everything under the sun. And in this episode, I will tell you Do I Like Midnights by Taylor Swift.
In life, things happen. And even if nothing's happening, that's still something happening, right? So on this show, we talk about things that happen. We get an esteemed panel of highly jobless people to answer the million-dollar question. Do I like it?
Midnights is the latest album by singer-songwriter and mastermind Taylor Swift. This is her 10th album and was released on 21st October. It's around 11 days after the album dropped, and I think it's safe to say that the reception of Midnights has been massive. With this, she made history as the first musician ever to occupy the entire chart for the BillBoard's top 10 songs. I mean, when she said that's a real effing legacy in maroon, do you all think she predicted this? But before I jump into it, I want to tell you that you can check out other episodes from this series as well as other podcasts from the Quint on our website or wherever else you get your podcasts from. Right. So I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Swiftie because I discovered Taylor's music in a very phased manner, and there are tons of songs that I haven't heard yet. Now, when I say phased manner, I mean that I had a brief phase where I was obsessed with her country music era. You know, when she made songs like Tied Together with a Smile, Teardrops on My Guitar, Our Song, oh my god, White Horse, those were my religion. But I was still in school and I was pretty young at that time. Internalized misogyny manifested in very funny ways, and one of them was, oh, I'm not like other girls. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. So I actively stopped listening to Taylor because I was a dumb high school kid failing to realize that my desperate wanting to be not like other girls was because I wasn't one. Now, after coming out as non-binary and coming to terms with that weird Taylor-hating phase in my life, I have proudly dipped my toes into her music again. And it's been enchanting, to say the least. Midnights is the first album of hers that I've heard in its entirety, and you should too. There's just something so powerful about her music. How she shares her most vulnerable self, her biggest insecurities and nightmares, but manages to do that in such an effortless, almost groovy way. I think that is how I'd encapsulate the album. I have heard several people talk about how her songwriting skills have taken a hit after her previous albums, Folklore and Evermore. And while both of those albums will always be top tier for the sheer brilliance behind the lyrics, but Midnights has some really strong songwriting too. Out of the 13 tracks, there are 5 that are so lyrically powerful that in my opinion, they shaped the entire album. Don't make me rank them, but in no strict order, they are Maroon, Midnight Rain, Question, Antihero, and Karma. I mean, the range of emotions, the sheer volume of experiences, memories, traumatic triggers that have been expressed through these 5 tracks is inexplicable. I know most Swifties are really out here calling Karma their least favorite song, but hey, it's a bop. The lyrics are so fun and irreverent, and it's such a light song with such specific messaging that every time I read a new update on Kanye West, my brain just automatically plays Taylor singing Karma's a relaxing thought. Special mention, by the way, to Midnight Rain's distorted production and Maroon's chorus. The fact that she continues to surprise us on her 10th album is highly commendable. You know what they say, Taylor stays winning. Now, before I delve into the tracks that I didn't particularly enjoy, I'd like to mention one of them, Snow on the Beach. So much before the album released, Taylor revealed that she's collaborating with another American musician, Lana Del Rey, and their track will be called Snow on the Beach. Taylor and Lana's music have both made me feel so seen over the years and have moved me in ways very few things have. And I was aggressively waiting for this one. So when it was finally here and I found out that Lana's vocals were only used for the backing tracks, I was thoroughly disappointed. Look, don't get me wrong, it's a great song. Again, very encapsulating writing. But I was so ready for this to be my next Nothing New. You know, the hauntingly beautiful song by Phoebe Bridgers and Taylor Swift? And I strongly believe that Snow on the Beach would have been 10 times more soulful if Lana Del Rey at least had one verse. Okay. Now coming to the songs I'd most probably skip. And I might take some of y'all and I might make some of y'all angry, but well, I'm just doing my job here. I had very high expectations from the opening track Lavender Haze and it just didn't deliver. Next up, Vigilante Shit. pretty okay of a song, but it starts with such a pretentious Pinterest quote of a line that I just can't take it seriously. I really like the soulfulness in You're on Your Own Kid, but unfortunately, a lot of it was just reserved for the chorus. But apart from these, I was moved by every single song, and I'm particularly obsessed with the anti hero music video. Glad that she listened to people calling her out and removed the fatphobic imagery, but the storytelling in both the song and the video is so masterfully done. She's a genius, y'all. So, finally, do I like it? I most definitely do. 3 words to describe the Midnight's album would be heartfelt, vulnerable, and no surprises here, but groovy. And if you are looking to check these boxes the next time you crave new music, Taylor Swift won't disappoint. Well, that was it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Do I Like It is a Quint production, executively produced by Ritu Kapoor and Shelly Walia, hosted by me, Felian, produced and edited by Anjali Palot, and music from Taylor Swift, Republic Records, and BMG Production. Bye!
You were listening to the Quint's podcast.